The Israelites disobeyed God and worshipped idols. So God punished them by sending the Midianites so that the Israelites would realize their sins. The Midianites oppressed the Israelites for 7 years. When the time came for the Israelites to harvest their crops, the Midianites would come along and take all of their harvested crops. They also took all the herds and lambs of the Israelites without leaving a single one behind.
No, not the lamb. Please do not take him.
This lamb is ours.
Hey, little kid, give me what's in your hand.
We have nothing to eat. Please help us.
The Israelites began to realize that their woes and sorrows were a result of their sins. They began crying out to the Lord for salvation. One day, Gideon was beating out wheat in the winepress to hide it from the Midianites, when the angel of God appeared to him.
O mighty man of valor, the Lord is with you. Go and save Israel from the hand of Midian.
Taken aback, Gideon spoke to the angel.
How can I save the Israelites? My clan is the weakest in Manasseh, and I am the youngest in my father's house.
God heard the cries of the Israelites and chose Gideon. But because Gideon was fearful, he could not trust in the word of God completely.
If you will save Israel by my hand, then look at the fleece of wool which I am laying on the threshing floor. If there is dew on the fleece alone and the ground is all dry, then I will know that you will save Israel by my hand.
When he rose the next morning, Gideon found that the fleece was wet from the dew, but that the ground was all dry. But this did not convince Gideon. He spoke to the Lord once more.
Lord, please let me test just once more with the fleece. Please let it be dry on the fleece only, and on all the ground let there be dew.
And God did so that night. The next day, Gideon found that it was dry on the fleece only, but on the ground there was dew. Gideon finally believed that the Lord was with him and began to fully trust him. God told Gideon to pick his warriors to fight against the Midianites. Gideon did so and chose many Israelite soldiers to fight the Midianites with him. But the Lord spoke to him.
Gideon, the soldiers with you are too many. If you go out into battle and win, they will surely boast that their own hands saved them without the help of the Lord. Therefore, send home those soldiers who are fearful and reduce the number of men with you.
As soon as Gideon made his proclamation as told by God, 2,000 soldiers left and 10,000 soldiers remained.
There are still too many men. Take them down to the water where I will test them.
Gideon took the men down to the water and told them to drink from it. The Lord told him to pick only those men who drank by putting their hands to their mouths. God spoke to Gideon that night.
Arise, go down against the Midian camp.
Gideon and his 300 men came to the outskirts of the enemy's camp. Gideon told his men to hold their trumpets in one hand and the jars covering their torches in the other. During the middle of the night, when the Midianite men changed the watch, Gideon and his 300 men blew their trumpets and smashed the jars and shouted out loud, holding their torches and trumpets.
A sword for the Lord and for Gideon!
The Midianite soldiers cried out in fear and fled, swinging their swords at each other. With the help of God, Gideon was able to triumph against the numerous Midianite soldiers with just 300 men.
Hooray! Hooray!